Following his conquests abroad, King Aurvandill returns to the island of Regency in AD 895 to reunite with his spouse, Queen Gudrun, and his heir, Prince Amleth. King Aurvandill's brother Fjallmer is there too to celebrate with them. In the room, Queen Gudrun learned that Aurvandill is wounded, as he refuses to make love with her since they haven't seen each other for a long time. Instead, King Aurvandill together with his son Amleth went to Hymir, Aurvandill's jester, leads the two in a spiritual ceremony that prepares Amleth for his impending ascension. The following morning, Fjallmer, Aurvandill's bastard brother, together with his men attacks King Aurvandill as he tells Amleth to run. Fjallmer eventually kills him. Fjallmer's men went after Amleth but managed to evade them. Fjallmer plunders the hill fort and kidnaps Gudrun. Witnessing all these, Amleth vows vengeance and takes off by boat. Times passed by. Amleth is full-grown man. He lives with a group of Vikings. One day they attack Fort Gardariki, and they all went berserk, killing anyone who they deemed to be a threat to them. They capture able-bodied men, women and children to be sold as slaves. Houses was put on fire. Amleth looking around the place and meets a seeress, in a burnt temple. The seeress foretells that Amleth will have exact revenge on Fjallmer shortly and that a maiden king will cross his path. Amleth finds out that Fjallmer, who is now living in exile in Iceland, was deposed by Harald of Norway. Hearing this, a plan came to his mind while staring at a black raven. Amleth enters a ship covertly while posing as a slave. He meets Olga, a Slavic woman who identifies herself as a sorceress. Although their ship were wrecked by the big storm, they were able to land on the shore. They traveled a couple of miles en route to Fjallmer's farm. The slaves including Amleth was brought at the Fjallmer's farm. He was shown to Fjallmer having no idea that he is Amleth looking for revenge. Fjallmer notices Olga finding her attractive and wanted to have her once she's cleaned up. At night, Amleth sneaks out to see outside and he saw her mother finally and very anxious, promised himself to rescue her. Eventually he finds out that his mother has married Fjallmer and has a son named Gunnar. One night, Amleth meets a he-witch. The he-witch reveals that Hymir is killed by Fjallmer. He also helps Amleth and the deceased Hymir have a spiritual conversation. Hymir mentioned to Amleth of a magical sword called Draugr and is located at the gates of hell. That he must take it to help in his vengeance for him and his father. Amleth asked the he-witch to help him how to get there. Amleth reached the place. He battled it out with the sword keeper called the Mound Dweller. Amleth defeated the Mound Dweller and took the sword. Upon returning home he saw Fjallmer seemed to be wanting to have Olga that night, but Olga shows him that she has menstruation. Fjallmer has been always rude. Amleth has his chance for the revenge has been longing for on that very night, but was able to control himself for better timing. The following day, Amleth is chosen to play a game of Natliker against a group of men of another farm. As the game gets violent, Gunnar comes dangerously close to death, but Amleth saves him. As a reward to Amleth's bravery and loyalty, Thor, Fjallmer's adult son, granted him privileges and select a woman of his choice. He chooses Olga. Amleth and Olga made love during the evening festivities. They swear to defeat Fjallmer together. One night, two prominent Fjallmer's men are drunk. Amleth took the chance and chopped the two men. The following day, Thor was so enraged of what has happened to the two men and was pacified by Fjallmer and Gudrun. An elder woman examined the butchered men and calls for sacrifice as she believes that the lost spirit will come back again for more. They took a young Christian hostage to be their sacrifice. While they are to stage the ceremony, strange noises surrounds the place. Fjallmer's dog is acting strange and attacks him, leaving him no choice but to kill his dog. After a few moments, they were surprised that the elder woman is in the place of the young sacrifice while a lifeless man is above her. Turned to be Amleth is behind all this while freeing the young Christian sacrifice. Olga adds fly agaric, a strong hallucinogen, to the soldiers' dinner. The soldiers all got high and in chaos. Amleth took that chance to go into Fjallmer's home and finally met his mother. All the longings for her somewhat died down because of what he had heard from her and that of her demeanor. Her mother told him that she bore him out of love, that her father raped her. Her father never loved her, but her uncle Fjallmer did. She admits that she begged Fjallmer to kill Aurvandill, that she can't take him anymore because of maltreating her. Amleth don't want to believe his mother and at the same time confused. Gudrun attempts to woo Amleth but did not succeed. Enraged Amleth went out and kills Thor and steals his heart. Gudrun reveals Amleth's true identity to Fjallmer and calls for him to kill him. Fjallmer is so furious that he wants to kill all Christian slaves that has something to do with Amleth. He is about to kill Olga. Amleth appears and offers to trade Olga's life for Thor's heart. Fjallmer's men attacked him. Amleth fought it out, killing some of them, but was able to capture him. They bring him to a barn, tortured him and tied him up. A group of ravens frees Amleth from his shackles following a brutal beating and was taken away by a horse-riding entity. After Olga tends to Amleth's wounds, the two made it to a boat so they can find their future together. After having a vision, Amleth learns that Olga is expecting twins, one of whom will fulfill the seeress's prophecy and become the Maiden King. Despite Olga's cries, Amleth decides to kill his uncle because he believes his children will never be safe. Olga offers a prayer to the gods. Amleth returns to the farm. He kills most of Fjallmer's men one at a time. He managed to free the slaves. Amleth's mother attacks him while he is looking for Fjallmer, and he drives Draugr through her heart. Gunnar attacks him, stabbing Amleth in the back several times. Amleth shoves him away while killing him. After learning that his son and wife have died, Fjallmer instructs Amleth to meet him at the gates of Hell, the Hekla volcano's crater, so they can use Holmgang to end the conflict. The following morning, Amleth and Fjallmer will meet at the volcano's crater. Fjallmer brought Gudrun's and Gunnar's body there. Amleth says his last words to his mother. He went to see Fjallmer. Amleth and Fjallmer fight fiercely at the volcano, resulting in Fjallmer being severed from his head. But Amleth, also suffering from fatal wounds, lie down. He sees Olga holding their twin children in the future as he lies dying, and then a Valkyrie appears to carry him through the gates of Valhalla.